Hey everyone! Heading to Egypt soon? Amazing choice. You're in for an adventure of a lifetime. Here are my top 20 travel tips to help you make the most of your trip, plus a few bonus insights to give you an even better experience. Let's dive in. Tip number 1. Egypt is huge. Did you know Egypt is about twice the size of France? It's 640 miles from north to south and 775 miles from east to west. This means you can't just wake up in Cairo, visit the pyramids, and then hit the Valley of the Kings in Luxor on the same day. For the best experience, plan ahead. Domestic flights are super convenient, with affordable options through airlines like Egypt Air. The overnight sleeper trains between Cairo and Luxor, or Aswan, offer a blend of comfort and adventure for a more scenic journey. Bonus: you wake up in your next destination. Tip number 2. Don't skip Alexandria. Let me paint you a picture. A coastal city that is an Egyptian metropolis with Roman history and Mediterranean charm. Then it's Alexandria. It's where Alexander the Great founded his city, and Cleopatra ruled in style. Besides visiting landmarks like the Bibliotheca Alexandrina, dive into its culinary scene. The seafood here is unbeatable, and if you're a history geek like me, diving into the Mediterranean to see the ruins of the ancient lighthouse of Alexandria will be a memory you'll treasure forever. Tip number 3. Pack for the weather. Egypt is synonymous with heat, but don't let that fool you. It's not hot year-round. In the winter months, Cairo's evenings can feel downright chilly. It can get even colder if you plan to visit the desert at sunrise or sunset. Think layers: a light jacket, a scarf, and a hat to keep warm. On the flip side, if you're visiting in summer, lightweight, breathable clothing is your best friend, along with sunscreen and a reusable water bottle. Tip number 4. Alcohol isn't everywhere. Alcohol isn't a major part of Egyptian culture due to its Islamic roots, but you can still find it in many tourist-friendly places. Major hotels and some upscale restaurants offer a selection of wines and beers, and local brews like Stella and Sakara are worth a try if you find them. But here's a cool tip. If you're in Luxor or Aswan, try karkade, a refreshing hibiscus tea served hot or cold. It's non-alcoholic, delicious, and a local favorite. Tip number 5. Dress respectfully. This isn't just about avoiding unwanted attention, it's also about immersing yourself in the culture. In smaller towns, people dress more conservatively than in Cairo or the Red Sea resorts. Men, this goes for you too. Wearing shorts in more traditional areas might feel out of place. Ladies, a loose scarf can be handy, not only for covering up at mosques but also for protecting your shoulders from the sun. Tip number 6. Grab a SIM card at the airport. Connectivity is key, especially if you're navigating apps like Uber, Google Maps, or even learning Arabic phrases on the go. SIM cards from most major networks are cheap and reliable, and getting one at the Cairo airport means you're set from the start. Pro tip: download offline maps of your destinations just in case. Tip number 7. Embrace the chaos. Cairo is alive, there's no better way to put it. Honking cars, bustling markets, and a whirlwind of sights and sounds. It might initially feel overwhelming, but here's a trick. Find a rooftop cafe. Watching the chaos from above while sipping mint tea gives you a whole new perspective. It's an organized chaos, and soon you'll feel right at home in it. Tip number 8. Crossing streets in Cairo. It's like a real-life video game, minus the extra lives. Remember, one lane at a time. But here's a secret weapon: confidence. The drivers are used to pedestrians, and once you start moving, they'll adjust. And when in doubt, shadow a local. Watching them weave through traffic is like a masterclass in street crossing. Tip number 9. Use ATMs for cash. Egypt is largely a cash-based society, especially in markets, small shops, and tipping situations. Stick to ATMs at established banks like CIB or Bank Miser. And here's a heads up. Always carry some small bills for things like bottled water, taxis, or bakshish. Tip number 10. Master the art of bakshish. Tipping isn't just a transaction, but a cultural norm. It's how you show appreciation for small services, from someone holding a door open to a driver or guide. But don't overthink it. A few Egyptian pounds is often enough. Tip number 11. Guides are never truly free. Let me tell you about the smooth-talking guide who helped me find a mosque that was supposedly closed. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. I knew I was being led into a classic guide situation, but I rolled with it. And you know what? It was worth it. The mosque was stunning, and for about $10, I had an unforgettable experience. Be clear about your budget and expectations, but sometimes, embracing these moments leads to great stories. Let's pause for breath for a moment. And if you are enjoying this video, then please like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified when we publish our next video. It really helps our channel grow. Now, back to Egypt. Tip number 12. Photography fees. Want the perfect shot inside a tomb or temple? Be prepared to pay extra. This fee is typical at many sites, so plan if you're a serious photographer. Alternatively, discreet phone shots often suffice. Tip number 13. Expect photo requests. This is especially common in more rural areas. It's usually harmless and often stems from genuine curiosity. A smile and a polite no are perfectly fine if you're uncomfortable. But if you say yes, prepare for a mini fan club to form around you. Tip number 14. Shop smartly. Egyptian markets are vibrant and full of treasures, scarves, jewelry, spices, and more. But always haggle. It's part of the culture. A good rule of thumb? Start by offering half the price they initially quoted and work your way up. Tip number 15. Hire drivers for flexibility. Imagine crafting your own day trip to see off-the-beaten-path sites like Dashur or Saqqara. Hiring a driver gives you freedom and saves time. Just be firm about avoiding unplanned shopping stops. Tip number 16. Take the metro for a local experience. The Cairo metro isn't just practical, it's an adventure. Women-only cars are available, which can be a comfortable option for solo female travelers. Plus, tickets are incredibly cheap, costing just a few pounds. Tip number 17. Explore Egypt's food scene. Besides kosheri, don't miss ful medams, a breakfast dish made with fava beans, or ta'ameya, Egyptian falafel. For dessert, try konafa or basbousa. Bonus tip. Street food in Egypt is delicious, but choose busy stalls for the freshest fare. Tip number 18. Hydrate strategically. You'll be walking a lot, often under the sun. Bring a reusable bottle with a built-in filter to stay hydrated while reducing plastic waste. Tip number 19. Explore beyond the big sites. While the pyramids in Luxor are must-sees, smaller gems like Abu Simbel, the White Desert, or Siwa Oasis offer unique adventures. These spots connect you deeply to Egypt's diverse landscapes and history. Tip number 20. Immerse yourself in the culture. Learn a few Arabic phrases. It's fun and appreciated. Try shukran for thank you or salam for hello. And don't forget to slow down and soak it all in. Bonus tip. Document your trip thoughtfully. Don't spend every moment behind a camera. Take time to just be in the moment. Trust me, those memories will be just as vivid as any photo. Egypt is chaotic, magical, and unforgettable. Not every moment will go perfectly, but that's part of the adventure. Embrace the chaos, the beauty, and the history, and you'll leave with stories you'll cherish forever. Thanks for sticking around. If you found these tips helpful, hit subscribe and join me for more travel adventures. See you next time.